We're already live, everyone. Me and Mike back again. We're just gonna start it off a UFC fight night last night. Um, I watched the card and then I turned it off once the ladies started fighting. I just didn't care. So um, that is what it is. But um, what were your thoughts on the card overall? We'll get to like the details. Did you think it was a good card? If I recall correctly, there were some pretty entertaining fights. It was solid. Like to my mind.
There were
The
some
code
good
name
fights.
was
There
Lee.
was a
Go
there
ahead.
was a dude. I don't forgot his name because I had made my lineup for the fantasy pick.
I already know who you're talking about.
Kind of
The
got a
dude with
fro.
the black circle, like he looks Hawaiian with the
Yes.
fro. Yeah. I
Yeah.
ended up watching his I watched more of his fights after his fight, like after the card was over, just to like scout him. He was a monster.
Yeah. He's got potential, and he's got potential to be like a star in that division too. And like nobody knows him that much right now, so he's got the potential to be something because everything he was throwing was like he was throwing
Bad
knees,
intentions.
elbows. He was comfortable walking them down, coming forward, like stalking them.
Right.
And in his post fight speech, he was talking about apparently like he wasn't applying that pressure in his last fight. So he wants to, from this point on, apply that pressure from round one, which I think is very doable if you're fighting 3-round fights. And I think it's going to make him an exciting fighter in the future because he's not going to get a 5-round fight for a minute. So if he keeps that same pressure like he's been doing in this last fight, he's going to be an exciting fighter for that division.
I didn't see his Dana White Contender Series fight because apparently that was his last fight, and people were saying he didn't look as good. But then I watched his fights before that, always coming forward, extremely dynamic, flying knees, turning back kicks. Now anybody can throw a knee, but how often do you do it? And on like what situations do you do it? Separates people.
Right.
And this guy was actively using it, and like it wasn't just throwing it to throw it, but it was just timed well. So that fight to me was like the highlight of the night because
I think it was fight of the night too.
was it? It wasn't that
that performance of the night. It was one of the two.
Yeah, it may have been performance of the night, and I could see that because he hit him with that knee. That dude had a lot of heart, but he just couldn't compete, man. And the dude has some good size on him. He'll probably be bigger than a lot of bantamweights, to be honest. Now, my issue was when I watched the fight and then I looked at his previous film. I mean, he's obviously a good fighter. He can get hit though. So the other dude was able to hit him, but it wasn't damaging. But he's not like some Peter Yan or Corey Sandhagen type of defense, which I guess goes towards his style because he's kind of like I'm gonna exchange with you regardless. I'm gonna be in your space. And so just watching him fight though, man, I was like, that dude's a threat. Before people start saying he's gonna be champion, because I saw people tweeting like that, I was like, let him fight like somebody like Adrian Yanez or something like that. Because people thought Adrian Yanez, he's good. I think he fought Rob Font and then got knocked out by Rob Font. And Rob Font's not elite, but he's like in that 4 to 6 range. So it's like, let's not jump on horses, but he looked good. I'm listening though to your opinion on that in the card, yeah.
No, I was just saying. I think he's got the potential, though. I think he's only 8-0, and he's already in the UFC, 25. So he has the potential to adjust his style to be like that, and work on things. He looks like he's good enough where he can adjust and work on things and improve. I mean, he's still in the UFC. He's still young, and he's still young as far as a fighter himself because he's just 8-0.
Yeah, 8-0. It doesn't seem like he's taking a lot of damage. He was impressive. What other fights were there last night? Maybe it was forgettable.
Man, Taffa was on my pick, and he was rocking that dude, but the dude kept taking him down, and I was getting mad. Like, I know it's an MMA fight, but I was like, man, come on, man. I picked Taffa because I had to pick somebody. Okay, so like with fantasy prize picks, it gives you like a $50,000 limit. So I had to choose. Basically, you have to always choose at least one underdog. So Taffa was the underdog, but I'm thinking, okay, he's got the power. And and then it was like, damn, this dude just like takes him down and just peppers him with some body shots, and you got to do what you got to do to win the fight. But I thought on the feet,
that fight was boring. Yeah, Taffa was getting them on the feet,
was boring.
but Taffa couldn't stand on the feet long enough. So I think the other dude did enough on the ground, but that fight was boring as hell. And then let's go to the fight where the bite happened. Up until that point, it was a good fight. It could have been like fight of the night type of stuff. The way they were going back and forth exchanging, it was a very even fight. And then this dude bites him, man, and he did it slick because I was wondering why the fight ended. And so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and then when I saw them end it, I was like, why'd y'all end the fight? He's still good.
You know what's funny is your what you're saying right now, when you listen back to it, all the commentators are the same. Like, come on, they should have gave him a warning. It wasn't that bad. Why did they stop it? Blah, blah, blah. And they're talking shit all the way into the point where they showed the bite mark. And as soon as they turned the bite mark, they're like, oh, yeah, yeah. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I was one of those dumbass commentators. I didn't know why. And then I'm also trying to figure out how did he bite him through his mouthpiece? That's another thing.
Dirty.
And then I want to know, why are you going into the ring with biting on your mind?
I don't. Here's the thing, though. That's what's crazy about him biting him is I know people bite sometimes out of panic, and sometimes that panic becomes from them losing or being in a position where they feel vulnerable.
But he had him in the cage.
He wasn't in a position where he was vulnerable or nothing. He was in a dominant position. For him to bite him just shows like his character.
It does, and that's why his ass got sent back home.
That's my brother in the background right here.
What's up, homie?
That's Derek.
What's up, Derek? And the thing is, I think that was both their first fight. So they both just got signed, and then you lose your contract, and the other dude gets 50,000 because you want to bite somebody, dude. And the fight was
got a tattoo.
Yeah, and then he got a tattoo.
Yeah.
So it was a good fight, though. That was odd. I don't know if we've seen that in the UFC. Maybe guys have tried to pull it off, but that was like the most recent time I've seen it happen, like on a big scale where like we all see it. Like, what? I'm trying to think if there are any other standouts on the card. Kamaru's brother fought. He was like the first fight. People saying he got robbed. He didn't get robbed. It was close. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
He's not on Kamaru's level.
That Padilla dude looked pretty good.
You said who?
You see Padilla? I want to say he was 135, maybe, or maybe 145.
I probably saw it. I just don't remember.
Yeah, he was tall for the division.
Shabazian?
Which one?
Shabazian, the middleweights.
Was that before?
Black dude. It was just before. It was the fight before.
Yeah, I skipped that fight. I didn't watch that one. I was watching the could have been records episode. Then I hopped right back into
that was a good fight. Edmund,
it was good. Because I didn't know his name, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna skip this dude. I'll come back on top.
Edmund, he was like a hyped up prospect, and then Derek Brunson finished him, and so then he kind of went back down, and then he was fighting yesterday, and he was getting tagged, and so the dude Dobson, the black dude he was fighting. Normally, like when I watch him, his hands aren't that good, but I was watching him yesterday. His hands were just, it seemed like they were quicker.
Having trouble connecting. This is often caused by a stable internet connection. Move closer to the router if you're on Wi-Fi. Oh, come on, man.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm connected to the regular internet.
Just connect to mine.
Hey, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second. That way we don't have no interruption.
Connect to mine.
Go.
252
252
300
300
capital D AT.
Capital AT or lowercase AT?
Lowercase AT.
Thank you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But it was a good fight. The dude who lost though, he showed a lot of improvement in his hands. It was interesting to see a fighter. He lost, but I could notice the leap he must have made in his ability. And I don't think I really pay attention to that enough to see what a fighter improves on.
Mm-hmm.
You have an obvious example of Charles, who got more heart and more durability as his career went on. That might be a subject, but that was a good fight. But did you watch Ribas versus Namajunas? I just turned it off.
No, I watched it. I thought Ribas looked a lot better than I thought she was going to look against Rose.
Yeah.
And actually, after that fight, she probably can be, good in that division. I think she's still young. Well,
some people said she won.
She isn't young. I think she's 1 year younger than Rose, but she's younger than the UFC. I would say young as far as experience, because Rose has so many championship fights under her belt. But she did surprisingly well against Rose. I wasn't expecting her to do that well.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the first round. I just was whatever, man.
I know you don't like women's MMA.
Yeah, I don't care for it. It's just whatever. But they only had 2 women's fights last night, so I was like, oh, I'm good. So I ain't gonna complain. We're gonna get back into some UFC, but I wanted to jump into boxing because we're gonna talk about something first, and then the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia face-off dropped. So we're gonna watch that together.
New one?
The new one. It dropped today.
I haven't seen it. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, so I'm gonna wait to do our reaction together. But you've been seeing Ryan tweaking on social media lately. Or you probably heard about it.
I've seen him.
What are your thoughts on where's his head? Is he in the Illuminati? Is he not? Are they drugging him? Are they not? What's going on? I have my opinions, but I'll let you go first.
I think he's just on drugs.
I agree.
I don't think there's no Illuminati, there's no Bohemian Grove,
go ahead.
There's none of that stuff. I think he's just on drugs and he's letting his mind go down a wormhole of stuff that he's researching or whatever. And he has no people around him to correct him or guide him in the correct direction. It seems like the people who are surrounded with him almost encourage it, or either tell him this isn't cool. Let's not post this. Let's not do this.
I think they encourage it. I think there is the Illuminati.
I think there might be, but I don't think he's connected in a way. I think he's on. I don't think he's connected. I think he's just freaking drugged out.
I think he's drugged out because he's connected. So, I ain't trying to get into Ryan's business, but he got one of them Illuminati tattoos on his hand, dude. And once I saw him get that in the video,
that's why I said not wormhole. I said wormhole, rabbit hole. That's why I think he goes down this rabbit hole stuff with him being I'm not going to say which drug it is, but him being on a certain drug, and he goes into these rabbit holes.
He is, but
then he starts to think he's affiliated with this. I don't even think he's really affiliated with that. I think he's just tricked himself that he is.
No, I think he did sell his soul. Me personally, and now he's coping with it with drugs. And I don't even want to. I put it more on his parents than him, though. I think his parents gave him up, to be honest. And so now they're looking at Ryan as a piece of meat. His own parents, looking at him as money. To me, that's what I look at. Me being Mr. Conspiracy. I just seen too many things and too many symbols in these videos. I'm like, dude, they got you, man. So what's tricky is I still think he's drugged out, though. He's still drugged out. I think he's probably right in his conspiracies, but he's saying all the basic stuff that we've heard of. He's not saying nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying something I would say. So, but do I think he has a chance against Haney at this point where his mind is? You have no shot in hell, dude.
I've seen his sparring. I've seen his most recent
video. Yeah.
Not his sparring. I've seen his most recent video of him hitting pads.
Right.
Everybody's comments are you keep letting that hand down.
Letting that hand down. He's not a good boxer in the first place, to be honest. So
I think he's good. He's just not on a level. There's levels to boxing.
Okay, well,
you have good boxers, and then you have boxers like Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, Boots. There's levels to boxing. Canelo's, even though you don't like Canelo, there's levels to boxing. I think he's a good boxer. He's just not ever gonna.
I guess I say relative to the top dudes, he's not good. But for me, I won't shit on it completely and say, oh, he's just a bum. But to those top dudes, you're like you said, he's not on that level. He's not even on the second level. He's probably on the third or fourth, to be honest. But you know, he got the fight lined up, and so we got the face off here. I haven't seen this yet either, so we both gonna watch this for the first time. Let me see. Devin versus Ryan face off. You know what? Let's touch on one more thing before we get to that. Ngannou versus Joshua.
Okay. Hey, did you hear his excuse on Ariel Helwani's show?
I didn't even click the video because I saw the subtitle and I was just like, dude.
I'm disappointed, man. Like, he was really giving excuses. Like, you really just got knocked out. Just come on, man.
He just got knocked out, but I don't put nothing past them people. But at the same time, I did think he lost fair and square.
He did give up a good point though, because he was saying like they were saying we're gonna fight around 1:30. Next thing you know, Joshua's walking in around 1:00, and around 1:30 they said we're gonna fight around 3:00. And they're like, okay, well, if you knew that, if that was true, and we're fighting at 1:30, then why is Joshua walking in at 1:00? Obviously, Joshua knew. So why don't I know that I'm fighting now?
There's stuff like that that's real shady, man.
3 a.m. is a crazy fight time, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's shady to me. I don't know if they drugged him. Like I said, I believe Wilder was drugged against Fury in the second fight.
You and these fighters getting drugged.
They be getting drugged. They talk about it. Do I think Francis got drugged? No, I think he had an off night. Am I gonna hate on Francis? No, I still want him to succeed because I don't really like AJ. But AJ hit him once, or he knocked him down, and I was like, shoot. I was hoping Ngannou can get back in the fight, and it got worse and worse. And then the way he got dropped, I said, oh no. But then I said, well, he goes home with 20, 30, 40 million. Is he tripping? No. Dana White might jump for joy, but Dana, he still made 20 million and he didn't die. So that's the way I look at it. But it was ugly to watch as someone who was rooting for Francis.
Yeah, it wasn't fun to watch. Especially not like that.
Yeah, not like that. You could lose, but
especially after all the hype and the money they paid for that promo.
Dude, and then the second round, it was like, damn, cuz. Unfortunate to see. Where do you think Francis goes from here? I think he still has a career in boxing.
Man, he does, but I thought he was going to go back to the PFL. He's talking about doing another boxing match before PFL.
Yeah, I don't know which direction he's going to go in. I think you may have seen a more recent interview than I have. Which way is he thinking? I hope he goes to PFL first.
I think he needs to do PFL. I think he needs to do at least 2 more fights in PFL before he does a boxing match. He's talking about boxing Wilder, possibly. I think Wilder will knock him out.
Wilder has a fight set up, but
I think Wilder will knock him out too. I think you heard Tyson Fury talk about the power that he felt against Francis versus Wilder. He was saying, maybe Tyson Fury's being a hater, but his words was Wilder's power was a lot more compared to Francis's power.
I think it is in boxing.
In boxing, yeah.
Yeah, in boxing, I think Francis dropped him like more of a flash knockdown. Wilder put Fury's lights out.
And he was in shape for that fight. That's the thing, too.
Right. And so, yeah, exactly. So I don't think anyone's power in boxing matches Wilder at the heavier weights. If we're talking about the lower weights, like Tank Davis is like the biggest power puncher. He's the closest we have to Wilder. In MMA, who would you consider, now that Francis is kind of going back, but nowadays, who are your top 2 punchers as far as power? For me, when it comes to mind, I got to think. I'll let you go first if somebody comes to mind.
As far as boxing skill or power?
No, MMA, not MMA, but power, not boxing skill, power. Who are the one punch hitter quitters in MMA right now? People are saying Sean O'Malley now, but I'm not buying that. So
I will put I don't know about one punch. I would put O'Malley in that list, but it wouldn't be in the top 3, probably like 4 or 5.
Who you have in front?
Ooh, I think
I'm trying to think of it.
Maybe Gaethje.
Gaethje came to mind too. Gaethje.
Gaethje. I'm trying to think. Let me take it one division at a time. Gaethje. who's in welterweight that would qualify for that? Is there anybody in welterweight that would qualify?
I'm not sure we have any one punch hitters in welterweight.
What about middleweight?
Middles?
I still don't think so.
Maybe
back in the day, like freaking Rumble Johnson, but
yeah. I don't know if we have any in middle either.
I'll put Tom Aspinall up there as heavyweight.
I wouldn't put Aspinall heavy though.
You don't think so?
I don't think he's shown enough.
Derek Lewis?
That's probably closer, yeah, Derek Lewis.
But then that's where the division is as far as you saying power, one hitter quitter versus boxing.
Yeah, right. No, I agree. And I just wanted to talk about power. Because Derek, I think he's probably the most threatening when I think about it. Pereira,
yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Pereira's not a bad choice. Gaethje wasn't a bad choice. Maybe it's not one punch, but you could tell Gaethje throws with a lot of heat, man.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of heat on that stuff. Khabib said it was the hardest he'd been hit. Khabib just walked through it, but Gaethje's a monster. At the lower weights, maybe you could think of a Figueiredo, but I don't know. That's probably not even right. We'll make one more list before we do the face-off that we watch. Who are your top 3 prospects right now? As far as you have somebody you want to bring to MMA, you're saying these are the guys next up. Who's next up for you? As far as not even stars, but just really good fighters, elite.
Can I say O'Malley or no?
You can. I won't. He's going to lose his next fight, or he might.
That's what you said about his last fight.
That's what I said. He might lose to Merab, but
he said O'Malley don't got that dog in him.
Yeah, you heard everything I said.
He whooped that fool for 5 rounds straight.
There's just ass, dude. I'm not mad at that, but I don't see O'Malley. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Prospects.
You could consider O'Malley a prospect, though. It doesn't have to be like some 23-year-old. It can be like Umar, Khamzat.
Jalen Turner.
You still think Jalen's I think he's a good prospect, but I don't know if his ceiling is champion.
Bro, I mean, he's a big lightweight. He might as well be a welterweight.
Is he at lightweight or is he at bantam?
He's a lightweight, bro. But he walks around like at 190. Like, he's tall for that division, too.
Right.
And when he comes in at 155, he's like really muscular and lean.
Right.
So he still retains that power at lightweight. I think Jalen Turner's one. I think he's like people are sleeping on him. He just got on that card on UFC 300. I think that's where he's going to blow up even more on that card.
Who's he fighting?
I don't know. Just him being on UFC 300.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
It's big enough for me because I don't know how they gave him the opportunity, but I'm glad he got it.
Yeah.
Jalen Turner. Let me think. Who else? Prospects. Probably that dude that fought. I forgot his name already. The dude. This is really early though, so I could be jumping the gun because I used to say Yanez, but I still think Yanez is a prospect. But he hit a couple of bumps in the road. That one dude that fought yesterday with the tattoo of the circle in his chest.
Yeah,
I could see him being a prospect. Trying to think who else, bro. When you say prospect, are they already well known or
not even well known? It could be a Shavkat, it could be a Khamzat.
Oh, Shavkat, of course, yeah. That's a no given. Yeah, Shavkat. I'm surprised. Yeah, Shavkat for sure. Khamzat, but I don't know if he counts because he's already pretty well known by now.
He's still a prospect to me. He's not. When I think of prospect, I think on the ascension, in a sense.
Of superstardom or just being like
good
on their way to being like a great athlete in the sport, like a Leon Edwards.
Fighter in the sport, yeah. I'm still here though. I gotta use the restroom, but I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the hell you want me to say. We use the restroom. Who else can I think of?
You didn't say if Khamzat or Shavkat were official for you. You brought up Jalen and Sean O'Malley. Oh
yeah, I didn't even give a list yet, huh? So no specific order. I'm gonna put Jalen Turner in there. I'll put Shavkat. I'll put Khamzat. That one dude that fought last night with the circle on his chest. And I'm gonna go with Tom Aspinall, man. I know you kind of like hating on him a little bit, but I mean, once Jones retires, he's gonna be heavyweight champion, reigning for a minute. I really think so because he has. When you look at his style and his movement, he's real light on his feet, and he has extremely good movement and speed for being a heavyweight. He moves almost like a Robert Whitaker, but
yeah, he does.
He's a heavyweight though, which is really uncommon for being that heavy and being able to be that light on your feet. So I see him being a prospect. Just because he's champion, but he's not quite there until Jones decides to leave. If Jones fights him, he fights him. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But regardless, when Jones leaves the sport, it's going to be Tom Aspinall's division.
I'm not really sure. I'm not sold on that.
You don't think so?
I think guys like Cyril Gane can beat him. Tom can maybe
I think they'll beat him, man. I think Tom will beat Gane.
I'm not convinced, dude. I think he's a good prospect though, so he's on my list too. I have him, Tom, Shavkat, Khamzat, Umar.
I forgot about Umar.
He didn't look that great in his last fight. I mean, you're allowed to get dropped, but
that one dude. I think he has some stuff to work on, but I'm gonna say, what's the one dude, the Russian dude that has one eye? He got one eye, the Russian dude. He looked like one of the Habib people.
Is he one of Khabib's people?
He looks like it. Shoot. He got one eyeball though, like Michael Bisping.
I think I might know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
I forgot his name. It's some like weird name or something.
I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Well, that dude. You'll know. Yeah, once you see him, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think he looks like one of them people, though. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I just forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, but he's got one eye. If you can't, when you see him, you know it's him because he's literally got like a blue eye, and it's like a gray blue because he has no vision in that eye, and he's like one of them Habib looking people.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name. I don't know what division it is. Might be a welter.
I think he's 145.
I thought he was bigger, but what do you think about Topuria? Is he a future? I mean, he's no longer a prospect, but he could be someone who's legit, but I don't think he's going to hold it for more than 3 defenses.
Topuria is a good prospect. I hope he holds it long enough, and I hope O'Malley holds it long enough so they can have that fight. Because sometimes you just need that. You need those big fights in the sport to make it exciting. I think both of them fight will be exciting because he ain't going to the ground. That's going to be strictly striking. And O'Malley might as well be a 145er because he's pretty big for that division.
I think he'll get grappled by a lot of them. Even Topuria, right? Apparently he had a wrestling base. I followed his career a little bit, but I didn't know his base. And then he became a boxer that he is. So if he really wanted to, let me just take Sean down. That's what I thought Sterling was going to do, but he played too many games, dude. But it is what it is. But the 135-pound division looks good. What's your strongest division? I'd probably say it's 135. Or I could say maybe 135 or 55 to me.
I think they're all in their way strong, but I think 135 is on a roll right now because we have so much talent packed in that division who can potentially beat each other. So somebody can get the belt and the next person could beat them. Like, maybe stylistically, Merab doesn't match up against so-and-so, but he matches up good against O'Malley. Sandhagen doesn't match up against so-and-so, but he matches up good against freaking Vera. You know what I mean? Like, that division, it's so, there's so much talent, and really anybody can lose the belt at that weight class if they're fighting the right person.
One sec, my bad. Yeah, The divisions are loaded, especially the lower weights. To me, I still think the UFC is going in a good direction. We got some stars to look forward to. The guy who fought yesterday, apparently he's a bisexual dude. Like he got a boyfriend. I was on his YouTube channel.
What guy?
I don't know what the hell I saw, but
what guy?
The dude with the afro.
The one with the circle on his chest?
Yeah, that dude. That dude's bisexual or something.
Damn, he's about to be a superstar then.
He could be a superstar. Yeah.
Fighting like that, dude. You fight like he kind of looked like O'Malley out there. I'm not gonna lie, like the way he was striking.
He has a
The hell? I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. That's what when I saw his YouTube, I was like, "What?" And then people were like, I was going to some forums and they were talking about him. They're like, "Oh, he's gay." I was like, "Okay, well, you're one gay dude I wouldn't want to run into though, because that dude could throw hands." But to each their own. I'm not in his business. But let's turn on this video, man. I haven't seen it yet. Haney versus Garcia.
Was there physical contact? Oh, yeah, you say you haven't seen it yet.
This was like a one-on-one face-off. This not like this like the official face-off, like the sit-down one. So, hold on. I'm about to present my thing. Here we go. Let me know if you can see it.
I can see it. Enlarge it though.
Okay, I'll put it on full screen and then let me know if you can hear it too. All right.
Guys, no cameras got all access.
I can hear it.
Okay, no cameras got all access.
On April 20th, a score will be settled.
I'll drink a beer and beat the I bet you won't. I bet I would.
Devin Haney.
I don't know what he's. You can hear it fine?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, we good then.
will take on Ryan Garcia.
Bro, how bad did I beat the shit out of you though? If you never stop it, bro.
You never beat.
I can't fight the way you fight, bro. I can't. I need to get to it.
Live on DAZN Worldwide.
I get up within a second though.
Today, they face off.
Who the hell is this dude in the middle?
4 years
Chris Mannix. I don't like that dude.
ago, you got into the ring when Ryan won his fight in Anaheim. And as the champion, you challenged him back then. Why do you think it's taken this long for you two to fight?
Ryan was my mandatory a long time ago, and we could have fought then. But, the time is now. Allah is a perfect planner, so it happened at the right time. It's a much bigger fight now than it was 4 years ago, obviously. So, what can I say?
Ryan, why is it taking so long to have you two guys meet in the ring?
I told him I had a plan. I'm going to do this, this, and that. And I stuck to the plan. I said, I'm going to see you last. I didn't lie. I just stuck to what I felt in my spirit and what to do, and that's what I did. And now we're here.
When you guys squared off that night in Anaheim, there was a little bit of tension, but it was mostly friendly between you two in that moment. It clearly has changed in the build-up for this fight. For you, Ryan, what made it change?
Just growing up and I don't know. I just matured and I just don't like him. That's it. I'm going to go after him. I'm going to go get him. Simple.
Devin, for you, what's made the dynamic change?
I said that he said some things. He said that he didn't say these things. I heard that he said something about my religion. He says that he didn't say it, so I'm not going to force that on him. If he said that he didn't say it, then he didn't say it. But that's what I heard, and that's what somebody who's a reliable source told me that. So it's like that's something that you don't come back from.
They could be lying though. They could be setting stuff up.
But you could be lying too.
Okay, I would tell you the truth. I'd be like, you know what? I did say these things, but I didn't. I don't want to disrespect your religion at all. I mean, that's something. Look at.
Hold on, you there?
I'm here.
There's that Illuminati tattoo, man. Look at his.
I don't want to.
Look at his right hand.
Disrespect your religion at all. I mean, that's something. Look at.
And I seen you say,
man, this thing don't want me to point it out. Whatever, we'll keep going.
About the Merry Christmas. That's not what I was talking about.
Okay, I thought that's what you were talking about. But anyways, I just want to make it clear, bro. I don't have anything against your religion. Like, I'm not trying to, disrespect you in that way.
You have said in some interviews in the build-up that you think he's fake. That you say he says one thing to your face and does something different behind your back.
What I meant by that is, hey, like, I know we get friendly, but like, I know what's underneath that. Like, we're ready to go get his ass, like when they get that opportunity. So that's all I meant by that. You know, Devin's Devin. I mean, he probably thinks he's not fake. You know, I mean, he probably thinks I'm fake. I'm acting. I'm doing this. So,
what did you think when you heard that he thinks you're saying one thing to his face and something else behind his back?
I don't know what he's talking about. So
of course, they wouldn't admit that.
I don't know what he's talking about. But
of course, you don't want to admit your plan. Lower his guard, then we go get him. Nah, bro.
He's delusional. He's delusional. I don't know what he's talking about.
You probably don't notice you do it.
Do what? What do I do? What do I say to your face and then act behind your back?
It's just like, you know, shit.
I don't even give a
All right, it doesn't even matter.
There was a long time that it seemed like you guys were on friendly terms, even though you were around the same weight class.
Nah, it's cordial. We're rivals at the end of the day. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been rivals since we was
10
years old. We went to circus when we were little kids. We've been cool to a certain extent. We've been cordial.
But now we're in a fight. This ain't, it can't be. It's like, you got to hit a switch. There's no hands if.
It does feel like a little bit more than just a fight. I mean, for example, when we saw you guys at the Super Bowl, a choreographed face-off between the two of you.
No, it wasn't.
No, not choreographed.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, a setup. It was set up.
No,
for you guys.
It wasn't set up. He was
The
going
only
there to do
thing
media.
was
Let's talk about that before they get into it.
Why you stopping like that?
Dude, I think it was I don't know if setup's the right word as much as Ryan
They
was
knew
like,
they were gonna be there.
yeah. So let's just it could talk, we could be cordial or not, and I think Ryan knew to play it up a bit more. So would you agree that it wasn't set up, but it was like, well, let me just talk to him because we got a fight coming up? What do you think?
It wasn't set up, but they knew they're both gonna be there, so it was anticipated.
Right.
And yeah, that whatever happened when they saw each other happened.
That's the best way to look at it to me. I'll keep it playing.
was
we're
going there
gonna
to do
face
media.
off. That's it.
Yeah.
But after that,
I just seen him and he was like talking. I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, Ryan, knock it off. You're acting. Like you're acting. And he was like,
I just turned around. I was like, all right, let's do it right now. But
Well, let's talk about the fight then. Immediately after Devin beat Regis Prograis to win that title, you went on social media and said you're ready for that fight. What was it about that moment that made you decide this was the fight you wanted?
I just, like I said, I seen him picking up steam. Like he was, you know, making noise. And I felt like he got to the point where like it's time to run it, you know? I feel like he's coming into his own. I am myself. And I felt like it was the perfect time. You know, a lot of people like to say he's not a draw. I think otherwise. I vouched for him and I said, nah, he got it picking up.
I got to be a draw. I think this is the biggest fight in boxing right now. So
I'll go on the record that it's going to break the Gervonta fight. Like it's
Live gate.
No, the
It's gonna
paper.
break because he's acting like a weirdo.
What do you think it'll do?
Who, Ryan?
Yeah,
Why do you say that?
1.5.
I think it's gonna break. Well, one, Devin Haney, I think is a better fighter in my opinion than Tank Davis. I think he can embarrass and finish Ryan, but I think it's gonna be bigger because the hype that Ryan's putting behind it. This is all Ryan. It isn't Devin Haney. This is Ryan being a weirdo with the whole mental illness thing and him, the Illuminati, pretending like he was getting killed on social media and just being a straight weirdo. So
I don't know if it's gonna make it bigger, but I think you're kind of already saying your point. But
I think he's setting up for that, though. I think he's setting it up. I think this fool is like almost a narcissist too, because I think he's and how many weeks is out to this fight?
April 20. So
April
we're
20?
a month.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on, makes a interview about his mental health and stuff that he's overcame before this fighter. Because he's acting like a straight weirdo, and I think he might be on some drugs, but I think he is trying to sell this fight. I think he's doing a good job as far as selling it, but he's not.
Yeah,
doing
some people think it's a bad job. I'm in between.
It's a bad job. Yeah, it's a bad job the way he's going about it, but he's doing it in a way where people are going to tune in no matter what because they want to see if this dude is mentally fit to fight mentally fit Devin Haney.
Right.
So, yeah,
that's the people on Twitter, they've been like, "Oh, I'm not interested anymore." I guess I'm still interested. I just stopped paying attention to Ryan because I already know what track he's on. So I'm like, all right, another Illuminati video today. I already know you're in the Illuminati.
What sucks too is it takes away from Devin Haney.
It does.
If he beats Ryan Garcia, well, they shouldn't have let Ryan Garcia fight in the first place. He's mental. They should have looked at his mental health. Oh, poor Ryan, poor this. He needs help. Let's take care of Ryan. Then all of a sudden, Ryan becomes a victim. Now he's the hero because he overcame something. So they're taking away from Devin Haney. And, no,
you're right. Those are the little things people like to ignore. Like he's making Devin Haney look bad. And then people are going to clown Devin Haney if Devin Haney fights like a lesser replacement, all because Ryan got issues.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like demonizing Devin regardless, win or lose. You lose, you lost to a mentally handicapped fighter. You win, you beat a mentally handicapped
fighter. Maybe I shouldn't use the word narcissist, but as far as Ryan Garcia's mind games, it's almost like he's trying to set up a narrative. So just in case he does get his butt whipped or lose, the media and people feel sorry for him and they kind of turn against Devin Haney, Devin Haney doesn't have the most fans to begin with. They already kind of hate on him in the first place.
But the thing is, Ryan doesn't even have to do all this to.
He doesn't. That's my point. But he's going to.
they're going to side with Ryan regardless.
That's my thing, though.
So it's nasty, but let's see what these clowns have to say.
I might mess around and get 2. I'm not even kidding.
We might mess around and get 2.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. You're right.
Deb, when like you said, you've been looking for this fight for a while. When you saw him go on social media calling you out, what did you think?
No, I mean, we seen him go on social media and call out a bunch of people, so I didn't think it was real. I'm like, here go Ryan calling me out because I just fought and he just watched it. We seen him do it so many times, and then the fight not happen. So I didn't take it serious.
When did you start to take it serious?
I want to say his team reached out, and then I was like, we got into talks, negotiations or whatever, and then he went on a jog with Floyd, and then it fell apart.
Do you think Floyd took? Well, let's listen.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, it's the truth.
I know it is the truth, but it just came out funny.
You guys fought.
There you go. Floyd Mayweather talked Ryan out of the fight, which is to my point. I appreciate Floyd as a boxer, but he be hating people, dude. And,
hey, he likes boots though.
Yeah, he might.
He was trying to protest for boots. Like, let's get boots opportunities. So he hates on people, but he tries to love this, the right person too. So there's a pro and a con with him. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, man, he pick and choose. I think he got something against. He know Haney gonna whip Ryan. He doesn't want Haney building up his name. But there was that speculation that they went on a run, then the fight ended. That's what actually happened, though. They went on a run, Ryan and Floyd, and then there's no fight. And it's like, dude, what was Floyd whispering to him? Hey, man, I think you should wait a couple fights before you fight Dev, man. And think about it. Floyd's a millionaire living wherever he is. You see 2 fighters making a fight, and your first thought is, let me fly to where Ryan is and whisper in his ears on the night walk. Dude, really, dude? Come on, Floyd. But it is what it is. Let's keep playing.
But within, a week of each other back in December. Devin, what did you think of Ryan's performance against Oscar Duarte?
Honestly, I didn't get a chance to watch it fully. I watched bits and pieces, but to be real with you, I'm not even trying to share right now, but I fell asleep. I was in training camp, so I was tired. I had a hard workout that day and I fell asleep. So I did not watch the fight fully, but I seen that he knocked him out and he did what he was supposed to do.
Ryan,
his shoulder roll was not the best. It was not the best.
Did I get hit though? I didn't even get hit.
You didn't get hit?
Oh, I did actually get 3 times in the shoulder roll. You're right. With an uppercut, a hug. Yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
What's up with this
when you
new
saw
shoulder roll of his
win?
What'd you say?
I said, what's up with this new shoulder roll of his? Like, that's not something you could all of a sudden we add to your arsenal. That's almost something you do naturally, and then when you do naturally, then we start to work on it.
To your point, he introduced it in his last fight. I think I watched it, and it looked so bad.
Yeah, because I shoulder roll, but if you ask my dad, like, we never work on the shoulder roll. It's something that happens naturally during a fight. And it's not something you can work on if you have never practiced it in your life. So for you to be this far in your career and all of a sudden you want to be like, all right, let's work on the shoulder roll. He's not a Canelo. Like, he's not going to be able to. I'm being honest. Like, when earlier we're talking about levels to boxing. He's not a Canelo. He's not somebody that's going to be like, all right, let's work on the shoulder roll. When Canelo fought Floyd, He brought in head movement. He brought in shoulder rolls. Brought in all this other stuff. There's nothing in Ryan Garcia's career or him as an athlete that can take a shoulder roll at this point in his career and be like, all right, now I'm going to add this to my arsenal and it's going to work out for me against these top athletes. I don't think.
No, you're making a good point, because when he introduced it last fight, it was like, this is a new wrinkle. But then I was looking at how bad it was. I was like, dude, you really not, it's not natural to you.
It's not. And I don't even practice. Like I told you, I do it in my fights, but I don't even practice that with my dad. Like my dad never's like, hey, we're going to work on a shoulder roll today. Nah, we work on the basics. And then during the fight, in the heat of the moment, while we're fighting, you know, it just comes out because it's in that fighter naturally. So you can't train the shoulder roll if it's not in you naturally. You're forcing it.
And I felt like he forced it his last fight. I vaguely remember, but it was ugly and janky. The whole boxing community was laughing at him. And I'm just like, dude, I understand implementing new things in your game, but that wasn't really ready for this fight. And you think you're about to pull off a shoulder roll against Haney? You're out.
Yeah, bro, that's like the wrong person too.
That's the wrong person, dude. So he needs to just stick with what he knows, which is
it's in Haney's bloodline, like
right.
It's in his blood. It's in his DNA to do the shoulder roll. It's not in Ryan's. Like,
dude,
that's not racist. It's just me.
No, it's real. You could say bloodline, and then you could say Haney's tutelage. He came up in Mayweather's camp, dude. Ryan, you came up in volleyball gyms or something. I don't even know where you came from.
He didn't come up in no volleyball gym.
He came up in volleyball.
He didn't come up with a lot of black fighters. You got to say it like that. He didn't come up training with a lot of black fighters.
Yeah,
that's where you learn it from. Sean Strickland, he does a shoulder roll. He'll admit you that he learned that from black fighters. He learned it when he was sparring against Lorenz Larkin. Bobby
he mentioned
Green.
that, I think, too.
Yeah, he learned it with black fighters. So Ryan Garcia did not learn that. He didn't grow up, with a lot of black fighters.
And Sean Strickland has a damn good shoulder roll. He developed it. I said Sean Strickland has a damn good shoulder roll now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a shoulder roll, but when I think of other good boxers,
Philly shell. You would say Philly shell.
Yeah, Philly shell. Poirier, good boxing. Poirier is somebody who parries punches with his elbows. Ryan, it's not for you. You are not Boots Ennis. Maybe I sent you those Boots Ennis highlights a while ago. I'm not sure, but if you get a chance, dude, that's like watching a shoulder roll, parrying, body parry. It looks like the Matrix, literally.
Yeah, I've been on my Boots Ennis. I've been trying to avoid the highlights. I watched the full fight, I think this morning, to be honest.
Really? With who?
Who was it, man?
Was it this white guy?
He was wearing pink on his shorts. Boots was wearing pink on his shorts.
Oh, I think I know you're talking about. He knocked him out like the first or second round.
Yeah.
I forget the dude's name. It was quick.
But I'm not gonna watch the highlights. I'm gonna watch the full fights.
Yeah, you watch his full fights. He's another level, which Ryan's not gonna get to. Not even Devin Haney's gonna get on Boots' level, and Devin Haney's elite. But then you have like another level, and I think Boots is like alone as far as skill, better than
what's the level above that?
Nobody.
What do you mean? Like nobody in existence? There isn't somebody like that's a GOAT that's reached that level?
Oh, I'm not talking about GOAT. I'm talking about currently.
Okay, currently. Okay.
You have Floyd's and like Roy Jones. Yeah, I'm saying I'm saying today.
Yeah.
Boots is like a tier. He has to prove it still. He could mess around and lose, but when I watch him, like the eye test we talk about.
Yeah.
Dude, he's on a. You get that call too from the homies? I'm gonna ignore it for now, but it's probably Reggie. But yeah, man, Ryan, that's not something you just throw in there like it's like parsley on a sandwich or something. Just sprinkling it on just to say, "Oh, I got a shoulder, dude." It doesn't work like that. But he's gonna find out the hard way if he shows up to the fight. But let's continue.
Over Regis Prograis, what did you think?
I told you, like, oh damn, he got it going on now. All right, cool. Like he dropped him with the right hand. That was nice. He outboxed the shit out of him. Like it was just easy work. But I already knew that was gonna happen. Regis is too slow. Like he started boxing late. Like he don't have it like that. I already knew Devin was gonna beat him easy.
When you think about your fight with Devin, how challenging a fight is this gonna be for you?
We'll just have to see in the ring. Like I can't really say it's going to be hard or easy. Sometimes I think fights are going to be hard and then it's over in like a second. Sometimes it's gonna be easy work, and it's actually harder than I thought. So we just won't know till we're in there.
Devin, when you think of matching up with Ryan, how challenging do you think this fight's going to be?
I don't think that Ryan has got much better since the amateurs. Ryan fights the same way, does the same things. I mean, obviously he's got bigger and stronger, but it's the same thing.
I would imagine, Ryan, you think you have developed some new things. What do you think's different about you since those days?
I know the steps I've taken.
I think he's a one-trick pony.
Oh my gosh, bro. It's annoying because he's just using that tank like
how am I using it's the truth.
No, it's not, bro. Have I knocked people out with a right hand before?
But once they
have
took
I
away
knocked out somebody with a right hand before?
Who?
I don't know, but have I?
Who?
Have I?
Who?
Have I knocked out somebody with a
Tell
right
me
hand?
who.
Have I knocked somebody out with a right hand?
Tell me who.
I just said, have I knocked
No, I'm talking
out?
about on the elite level.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Or not yet. You'll be the first one.
No,
He was capping the whole time, Ron.
I won't.
Who have you knocked out, dude? But whatever.
No, I won't.
Bro, it would be funny if I knock you out with a right hand. How hilarious that would be. He only has a left
hook. It would
hook.
be funnier
And
if
then
I knock
boom.
you out with a left hook.
That would be
What if I knock you out with a left hook?
That would be comedy. I'm not gonna lie.
Hilarious, right?
I might make a reel about it.
I
That
mean-
was funny.
I
yeah.
mean-
I might meet myself if that happens.
Stamp it.
But what happens when I
It
knock
won't
you
happen.
out with a right
It
hand?
won't happen.
Okay, so all right. You don't even want to take that possibility. You know
It won't happen.
you're being delusional. You know there's a chance that could happen, right?
No.
Are you gonna lie?
No.
Oh, okay. Now you're lying.
No.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm telling you the truth. Like that's impossible.
This dude, Michael. Are you there, Mike? Oh. I'm sitting here watching. Didn't
Yeah,
realize.
because they don't somebody don't FaceTimed us and it kicked me out.
Oh,
Like I
it
couldn't
kicked
hear
you
the
out.
audio, so I had to rejoin it.
Oh, we're good. All right, let me rewind then. They're still
No,
talking.
I heard it. You ain't got to
Okay.
rewind. I heard it.
It would be funny if I knock you out with a right hand. How hilarious that would be. He
But
only has a left
It would be
hook.
funnier
and
if
then
I knock
boom.
you out with a left hook.
That would be
What if I knock you out with a
comedy.
left hook?
That would be comedy. I'm not gonna lie.
Hilarious, right?
I might make a reel about it.
I
That
mean-
was funny.
I
yeah.
mean-
I might meet myself if that happens.
Stamp it.
But what happens when I
It
knock
won't
you
happen.
out with a right
It
hand?
won't happen.
Okay, so all right. You don't even want to take that possibility. You know
It won't happen.
you're being delusional. You know there's a chance that could happen, right?
No.
Are you gonna lie?
No.
Oh, okay. Now you're lying.
You know what's crazy?
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm
You said
telling
what?
you the truth. Like,
But you
that's-
know what's crazy? The way this fool's talking is if you're somebody that don't know boxing, you probably will believe everything Ryan Garcia is saying right now.
Yeah, you
That
would.
Devin Haney is delusional and all this stuff that he's trying to preach. But really, if you know boxing, Ryan Garcia is the delusional one right now.
It's like we're in the Illuminati of boxing because, like, I'm saying it jokingly, but because we watch MMA and boxing, we know when like somebody's capping. But if you're a casual, then you watch this, you're like, man, Ryan really understand. No, he doesn't. But you know how they are.
it's a possibility.
It's not going to happen.
Your father was very impressed with your performance, as everybody was, against Regis, especially your power. You knocked Regis down in the third round of that fight, showed maybe a different level of strength fighting at 140 pounds. He also believes that you can knock Ryan out in the first round of this fight. Do you think that's on the table?
I mean, I think that, Ryan gets overly aggressive.
You said what?
No, he said, I think he can knock him out in the first round. I don't think he needs to. I think he should drag it out and just embarrass him and then knock him out.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to either. I don't think it's going to be like a one punch, but I think it's going to be like a TKO.
Yeah, he can embarrass him, and I think he should do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You
No
start-
point in getting in a firefight because Ryan does have some power. That's what I will give him.
And he can break him if he drags it out.
Right. Let's see.
And we've seen him make mistakes when he gets overly aggressive. He since the amateurs, he would try to just go in there and he would just try to just jump on you, like no real strategy, just try to just get you out of there, try to get the fight over as fast as possible. And we've seen Ryan get caught in those times. And if he comes out like that, he will run into something.
Well, the question I would have for you then is, are you in the right place in your career for this fight to happen?
100%. This is the best I've felt. I feel like I'm coming into like myself, and I think I'm at the top of my game right now, mentally, spiritually, everything. And yeah, I think this is my time. This is my moment. He has the crown right now, WBC crown, and I'm ready to go get it.
You haven't made chasing titles a priority much in the first part of your career. Is it a priority now?
Yeah, I mean, a bit of it, but it's not like really titles. It's just a person in front of me that I would like to fight. And if they so happen to have a title, great. And I'm proud to fight for the WBC. I think that's the best belt. stylistic wise, it's fly. So I want that.
Devin, you've referenced the amateur fights a few times. 6 fights between you two guys and the amateurs. And you told me earlier that the losses you had, but you admitted you lost some of those fights. They happened when you were younger, smaller, less experienced. When you got bigger, stronger, better, you won those fights. I think you even said you gave Ryan a standing 8 count at one point.
Yes.
What do you remember?
The last fight.
You did not give me a standing 8 count.
I didn't.
No, that's why you cut the video at the end. You know you didn't.
I swear to God, if I had
Can you find the video?
No, I've been looking for it. I swear.
You did. I'll tell.
What are your thoughts on all these sparring rumors? Everybody always has a different story. One dude always says I knocked him out. The other dude says you never.
I don't think none of it matters. I think sparring's different than fight night. I think fight night. I mean, you can get the better of somebody on sparring, and maybe for the most point, it may dictate how the fight goes. But when you're on a level like they're at, fight night is a different level. Like, you're willing to empty the tank. You're willing to pretty much, go out there and get finished just to win. There's a different intensity and mindset when it comes to the day of the fight compared to sparring. With sparring, I know I'm going to be able to rest, you know what I mean, at some point, recover, and it's not going to count. I can, readjust and come back the next day and work on the things in sparring. But fight night, there's a whole different adrenaline rush.
Right.
And then with that adrenaline, if you're someone on their level, you can use it to your advantage. So I think the fight night and sparring are a little bit different, because sometimes a person on sparring could shine on fight night, and the person that's sparring and winning on sparring could come up short on fight night when they're under pressure, under all those lights, under the emotions of the buildup of the fight, months and months before the interviews, the face-to-face they're doing right now. Everything kind of comes to that moment on fight night, and you either fall short or you shine.
Agreed. I hear there's so many sparring rumors. Errol Spence whipping on Floyd, Bud Crawford getting whooped by people, only to see the dude who apparently whooped Bud in sparring lose to like some scrub in the pros. So I listen to them because they're entertaining, but I kind of take them with a grain of salt. And right now they're talking about, what'd you say?
No, I said you have to.
Yeah, I take it with a grain of salt. Even Tank Davis. Have you heard about him fighting Frank Martin?
Nuh-uh.
You know who Frank Martin is? He's like he's one of Errol Spence's boxers.
I heard of his name. I like he'd be like a Boots. Where I'd have to like.
Yeah, so you're okay. I got you. Yeah, he's one of Errol Spence's fighters, undefeated, and it sounds like he's gonna fight Tank. But I was watching an interview with him this morning, and he was just talking about the sparring rumors. He's like, I hurt Tank, and then Tank's like, no, I hurt that boy. I was just like, oh, here you guys go again, man. That's why we just got to see these fights. And then we got Dev and Ryan here. They're talking about amateurs when they are 9, 10, and 12 years old.
That's crazy, bro. Like, that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. So I'm not really going to take it serious. It's always entertaining, but I guess Mannix just brought it up to stir the pot. But let's keep cooking.
Value.
I'll show you.
Bro, you did.
And I remember that fight too. I even got a point taken.
You did. I don't know how you won that. Bro, it's 3.
I beat the out
Yo,
you.
you did
mean?
not, bro.
I gave you an 8 count.
You did not give me an 8 count.
You don't remember that fight in Reno?
No, you beat me though. I'll give you that.
You just said you don't know how I won that fight.
No, you beat me as in like.
You did say that.
Okay,
I
so
got a
there
point.
wasn't a point taken away.
I got a point
You beat
taken.
me.
No, I got a point taken away, and I give him an 8 count. You see what I'm saying?
You did not
Like,
give
it
me an
evened
8
out.
count, bro.
So how did I get a point taken away and I won?
Because you won. You beat me all 3 rounds. Duh. You can still win. Think about it.
No, but I got a point taken away.
But you could, if you won all 3 of the rounds, even if you get a point taken away,
I got a point
you
taken
win.
away and I gave you an 8 count.
You did not give me 8 count. That's
right.
cap.
He gave me an 8 count when we were little.
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. Oxnard. Yeah,
Yeah, Oxnard.
But he wasn't like, he just was getting started. I feel.
So do you remember those fights well?
Yeah, of course. Like you weren't good in the beginning, remember? Like nobody took you serious. They're like, yo, Devin's easy work. And we win, and then I wasn't even worried about
And
it.
then I started beating this.
I was beating everybody.
Beating you.
Nah,
Beating the out of you.
No, you started off with somebody else and you beat that guy. It's true.
Do you feel like you dominated?
I think part of me thinks they're still cool.
I think they want to be cool, but
They can't be. But they
can't be.
I don't even
mainly
say
that's on Ryan Garcia though. I think he's being.
I don't even want to say they don't want to be cool. I think they're cool because they had that relationship, but now business is business. But I don't think they hate each other. I'll put it like that.
I don't think so. I think just Ryan Garcia is making it awkward.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Now, he had more experience than me in the beginning. Like I didn't get on the amateur scene like that. I was just, training in the gym. Like, how like a kid would be training in the gym, but like don't have the amateur pedigree. Like he's not like going to the tournaments. He was going to the tournaments, so he had more experience than me. Once I got that experience, I was getting older. I was growing up. I started beating out of him.
But do you
and sparring?
Do you remember?
And
do you remember West Virginia Junior Olympic Nationals? How bad I beat the shit out of you?
It was a split decision.
Bro, how bad did I beat the shit out of you though? If
you never beat the shit out of me.
Stop it, bro.
You never beat the shit out of me.
Really?
No, you won that fight though. You won that fight
for sure.
You did. I give you that.
I feel like I dominated.
He went in there and he jumped on me. I wasn't
right off the rip.
I think Haney's being transparent. He's saying Ryan jumped on him and he beat him. Ryan said he dominated him. Haney said it was a split decision, but you could tell Haney. I don't think Haney's capping. He's like able to admit it.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he surprised me that fight. I'm not gonna lie. So then after that, I've been woke. I remember that. I still remember that to this day. I said I'll never let him do that again.
No, and then I tried to do it again. It didn't work. I was pissed. I was like, damn.
Devin, asked Ryan how challenging a fight this is for him. You faced some great fighters up until this point. Last year, you beat Vasily Lomachenko. You beat Regis Prograis. How challenging is this man to you?
We got to see. Styles make fights. I feel like I'm levels above him. I feel like, he hasn't fought on that elite level. But when he did, he quit. At the end of the day, rather he want to admit it or not, the world watched him take a knee. The world watched him Colin Kaepernick. So at the end of the day, what has he really done on the elite level?
I feel like I was handicapped. Obviously, I don't want to get into that.
But
again.
You quit though.
I was handicapped.
But you did quit though. So you have that in you. It's installed in you. We did see you quit.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see in the ring. I'm not gonna quit.
Does that criticism bother you though?
But you didn't quit that fight.
I'm not a quitter. Okay. He hit me with a great body shot, and it hurt. You got up right after the count. I did.
Right after.
What would you do in that situation when you're like, you're malnutrition and you're like dead?
I don't know. I can't say what I would. I would never quit. I would never put myself in that position but you signed up for that.
I did it.
You signed up for that.
Exactly, and I propelled the sport. I'm cool.
You said what?
I said he did sign up for that.
He signed up for it. I thought he quit, man. I know people don't like to say that, and I'm not like shitting on Ryan. I don't think he's like that as a fighter. We've seen Tony Ferguson quit, and Tony Ferguson's tough as nails, but like Devin said, as soon as that count ended, Ryan stood back up and was ready to go. I said, "Get the fuck out of here!"
You can't complain. You can't compare that to Tony Ferguson.
No, I'm not
Tony
comparing.
Ferguson was getting rocked.
No, that's my point. That's my point.
And rocked.
No, I'm not comparing.
The point where he's like, no mas.
No, I'm not comparing it to Tony. I'm saying that we've seen fighters quit, but I'm saying that you can't compare Ryan and Tony because Tony took.
Yeah, that would have been like after 10 hard punches. Ryan was like after the first punch. So.
Yeah, the first one Ryan was done. Tony must have taken 500 of the
and that wasn't no body shot. He was taking headshots from Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, Tony went through like 10 levels of hell and was still fighting actually till the very end. So I'm not even saying this is a bad thing on Tony. I'm saying, Ryan, you took one shot. As soon as the 10 count went up, you acted like you're ready to fight, so it doesn't seem like you quit. But do we know?
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like that body shot probably did hurt.
Oh, I agree. I know it did.
But at that elite level, when you're at that pro level and you're at that level like a Devin Haney, Tank, you have to decide, am I gonna stand up? A perfect example is Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? When he got dropped by Wilder.
Yep.
He could have laid down and gave up, but he decided to get back up and he won that fight. So
yeah, there you go.
Testing your grit and your heart when it comes to that level of competition.
Right. And I don't think Ryan has it. He's trying to put Haney in some hypotheticals. That ain't gonna work, dude. I know if I took that body shot, I probably ain't gonna get up, but I'm not.
That's not a lie. It definitely did hurt.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to sit
Somebody
here.
else probably would have got up from that.
Yeah, somebody else. So I think would have. And even if Ryan got knocked out and he took another body shot, and it was just like, damn, I can understand. But it was the fact that you got up as soon as you realized the coast was clear. So then I know, like, all right, you just said, forget this. Take your paycheck, take your 30 million, go home. I'm not judging you, Ryan. I'm just saying you're in the fight game. So if Devin hits you with one of those, good luck, dude. But let's see.
And we're here now, and it's fire. So I'm cool with that. I mean, I'll take an L for the sport, and I did.
Do you feel like you can outbox this man?
No,
yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I feel like I can.
But this is a fight you've said repeatedly you think you're going to score by
No,
knockout.
you don't even believe that.
I do believe that.
You do.
I do believe it. I feel like if I wanted to, I could outbox you. Like if I just move on my bike and beat you, I could beat you like that.
Please.
I just don't want to do it.
Please.
It's not fun to me.
Please.
I can't fight the way you fight, bro. I'm sorry. I'll be bored.
That's funny.
I can't. I need to get to it.
Do you feel like you can?
That's why he was trying to get to it with Tank, and his ass ended up on his knee.
Bro, if I was 140, Tank would have got knocked out, and Tank knows that. You know how scared he looked in his eyes when I hit him in the second round? I swear I never seen somebody more scared in my life. He was, what did he do? He looked at me and said, he was running, like he was terrified. And you know what he said? He goes, if I drop you like Luke Campbell, I'm going to go after your ass. He dropped me and he didn't take a step forward. Why is that? Think about it.
Do you feel like you can hurt him in a fight?
Absolutely. I mean, it's boxing.
I'm not invincible, you know.
It's 8-ounce gloves.
I think
And,
he's
like I
embarrassing.
said, if he violates on April the 20th, he's going to run into something, and I can't hurt him. I will hurt him.
It's a very, very low chance.
You think you got a chin?
Do you got a chin? You get a little wobble too.
We seen you get knocked down.
But I never did.
We seen you get knocked down.
I
You got knocked down.
I get up within like a second though.
I didn't go down. You was fucked up. You went down.
Oh, I think what you
So you think you have a
happened, it
chin?
was worse.
No, we saw you. We saw.
Bro, when you got hit, you were like this.
Did I go
Bambi
down?
legs.
Did I go down?
No,
we seen
that's
you go down.
worse.
We seen you go down.
That's not a chin.
Oh my.
When I get dropped and come right back up, bro, that's a chin. Muhammad
That's
Ali
a
got
chin?
dropped and then he wakes up and he had the best chin in the game. That makes no sense. I actually have a chin.
I don't have a chin.
I don't know.
Compared himself to
I
Muhammad.
gotta see it.
That's a good.
You said what?
He compared himself to Muhammad Ali.
That's crazy.
thing.
I really don't
You
know.
don't know that's a good thing.
I don't know if you have a chin
That's
or
a good
not.
thing.
Well, the good thing is April 20th, we're going to find out. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That was a good face-off. What are your overall thoughts? Do you think Ryan's fake confident? I know Devin's confident.
I think Ryan's confident.
I'm here though.
I think his confidence comes from other people in his ear saying things, and
it feels fake to me, man.
it feels fake. Yeah, it feels fake in a way. I think he believes what he's saying. I honestly do believe he believes everything he's saying, but I think it's coming from other people too, like his little hype man. You know what I mean?
Right. And what are your ultimate predictions on the fight? Who do you have winning? How do you think it goes down?
Devin Haney by finish. I would say around round 6, maybe. I think he's gonna drag it out, school him, probably finish it around round 6. Where you at? Hey, you can't keep doing this to me. Now I gotta bullshit and talk on the mic.
Dude, I thought you knew I was taking a piss.
I didn't know. You didn't tell nobody.
I did.
You did?
I'm back. What's all good? Devin Haney by finish. Devin Haney gonna finish him. Boxing world gonna be mad at Devin Haney. People gonna say why Ryan was unhealthy and unwell.
He's not mentally well. But
Not
never let
mentally
that
well.
fight happen in the first place.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, and the cycle will continue, dude. The freaking cycle will continue of giving fighters excuses, and
Yeah.
you know,
Let's reverse roles though. What if Devin Haney was Ryan Garcia? You think they're gonna care about him?
no, let's get your ass in the ring, dog, and then you lose.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And you know why, right?
Yeah, we know why.
Because it's the color of his skin, basically.
The color of his skin. They're gonna crucify Devin. Ryan's the lover boy. All these dudes in boxing be talking to these dudes. Be like, man, Ryan's so good looking and handsome. I'm like, dude, what part of the game is this, dude?
I ain't never heard that.
Dude, I heard it, dog. These dudes are whatever, man. They're on a whole nother level, man. Let's close it with this. The next UFC card preview. And it might be 300, or am I tripping?
Yeah. It's 300. It has to be 300, yeah.
We don't have another fight night? I feel like we have another fight night.
It's 2 women. And I'm going to be honest. We're going to play some video games on that fight night.
If that's the case, I'm not even going to check in. So
it's not like, well, at least with this fight night, it was Rose and Reba's. And
they have like a lesser known women fight.
You said what?
They having the lesser known women fight.
You look it up and you actually bring the fight card up on here right now. Tell me you want to watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh boy, I already seen it. I'm not watching that. I'll bring it up. I'm not watching.
I'm not even hating, but I just saw it and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. This is what they want to give us, man. Oh, we got a couple more events. Oh, Chris Curtis fights, but our next card.
That's the following week, though.
Let's preview this card, or if it's even worth previewing. Let's go through it. Don't care about the main event. I'll be honest. Luque versus Buckley, good fight. Weidman versus Silva, One of Khabib's people versus Cedriquez, that's solid. Bill Algeo, I've seen him fight. Nelson, I've never seen you fight, I don't think. Cheaty, I've seen you fight. Riz McKee, I've seen you fight. I've seen Emmers fight. I think he was at your fight. Back down in SoCal once. Jamal Emmers. I've seen these guys fight. Ladies, sorry, don't really care.
Hey, I like that the one on the left though.
I ain't never seen her.
The one with the crooked eye.
She got one of them.
She should be getting down.
She got a crooked. Julio Arce, Gilbert Burns' brother. At least it's men fighting. Dennis Matthews.
Hold on. Who's the co-main event?
Buckley with Luque. That's pretty good.
They should have made that the main event.
Yeah, I would have put the women on the undercard, but that's a pretty solid fight. Let's preview one more.
Yeah, that's not that bad. I'll probably
watch because I just watch. Let's see what Curtis and
I like Chris Curtis though.
Curtis.
I got to spar with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Curtis is cool people. I like the way he fights. That's a good fight, actually. I don't know if I've seen these guys fight. Maybe I have. I've seen Peak fight. At least I'm not seeing too many women. Okay, I've seen these guys fight. Typical fight night card, not the most amazing fight night card. And then we'll close it with our thoughts on Pereira versus Hill. People are still hating on this main event. We'll start on the. We'll do the main
card, man.
This is a good card to me. Let's start on the. Let's do the main card. Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. Do you think Bo Nickel deserves to be on the main card?
Yeah,
especially with these lopsided odds.
Yeah,
you think so?
I think this is given an opportunity. I mean, if he shines and he wins, he's going to be a superstar. And his next fight is going to be at least, in that top. I would say top 8, maybe. At least somebody with a name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, Bo Nickel, his credentials prior to MMA. I mean, he's got what it takes to compete in mixed martial arts, especially UFC.
Right.
So I think they're throwing him the opportunity. It's on him to bite and succeed that night. I think he will, and I think after that, his next fight will be a well-known person.
Yeah, I could see that. Bo Nickel, I'm not mad at it. I'm not excited about it. I am very excited for this Oliveira versus Arman fight.
Arman Hammer.
Unfortunately, I just think Arman Hammer, his style is just an issue for Charles. He has a Islam style.
He's gonna be on my fight pick fantasy league.
Oh, he's the favorite too.
Yeah, he's gonna be in there.
Yeah, I would probably go with Arman. I'm rooting for Charles, but
I might pick Max, man. I don't know.
Max not beating no Justin Gaethje, man.
Man, I know, but damn. Like, have you seen him lately? Like he's like
he's been getting bigger, but we know Max has never been power.
I know, but like he can. I don't expect him to finish Gaethje. I expect him, if he does win, to outstrike him in a 5-round fight.
It's only 3 though.
It's only 3.
Yeah, this ain't no co-main.
But the BMF title though, it has to be 5 rounds, right?
Dude, that's a 3-round fight, dog.
Let me see. What's it say?
Doesn't say anything here, but
It's a BMF title fight though. It has to be 5 rounds.
It's 3, dog.
We don't have to argue on that because I'm pretty sure it might be 5.
Yeah, I got Gaethje there, man. I don't think Max has enough good defense, and you're fighting a monster.
My mind says Gaethje, but
I won't be mad if Max wins.
I'm gonna throw a wild card and get Max in there for my pick.
There you go. You wasting money. Zhang Wei Li versus Yan. I think I've seen Yan fight before. I know I've seen Zhang fight. Zhang's actually a pretty entertaining women's fighter, though, so I'll probably end up watching that. China on China. Good one, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna tap in for that.
Any Zhang Wei Ling fight is gonna be exciting. She had the most exciting fight in probably UFC history.
Against your Jędrzejczyk?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good fight. I won't rank it like you did, but it was especially for women, that was up there.
It's up there, man. Top 5.
And then we got Jamal Hill versus Pereira, and the MMA community is still mad at Jamal Hill for being confident. They're saying he's on podcast too much.
Correction.
Yeah.
The MMA community is mad at Jamal Hill for being black and confident.
Yes. They're mad at Jamal. Yeah, that's the right word. They're mad at Jamal Hill for being black and confident and thinking he can beat the boogeyman. And Alex Pereira, you're allowed to be confident. You're Brazilian. Jamal Hill, you're supposed to just shut up and be thankful. And I think Hill's gonna go in there and beat Pereira. I'm not even like saying this. Just
they want Jamal Hill to be like humble and yes, right. Master. Yes, I come out. That's what they want Jamal Hill to be. But
dude, that's what they want.
As soon as he's confident and says, "I'm gonna beat this dude," come on, they got to destroy his character.
They're trying to crucify him and demonize him now. Oh, you gotta have respect for your opponent. Like, let's not play stupid. He respects Pereira. He just thinks he's another ball league dude. Like, but you know how these people are, man. So that's why I don't really take them seriously. How do you see that fight playing out?
It's gonna be a good fight, man. I think because I don't think because Alex Pereira last fought Yuri, and I think those are 2 different matchups. Jamal Hill has hands, man.
He does.
And Alex Pereira has hands. Jamal Hill has a chin. Alex Pereira has a chin too. We've seen Alex Pereira been knocked out by Izzy, so he can get knocked out. He's not the boogeyman.
Right.
The question is who lands that punch and who lands it first. And a 5-round fight that's not going to the ground, I think it goes either way. But you can't say that Jamal Hill doesn't have a chance in this fight. I think he's the person to possibly beat Alex Pereira in a finish.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna knock him out. He said, I'm not gonna go in there and take him down. I'm gonna knock his ass out. That's what he said.
There's kind of that beef too, because Jamal Hill, Big Glover, and Glover is basically like Alex Pereira's like
mentor, coach,
his coach.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it though. I hope it's good. I'm not complaining about it being the main event. People are upset. I'm like, you know how good of a matchup this is? Like 2 elite strikers standing. I just trust Hill. I know he's not as good of a kickboxer, but his hands. He's one of the better boxers at light heavyweight. So
yeah,
I hope he doesn't get overly confident. What I mean by that is like, don't jump in exchanges thinking, ain't nothing.
Yeah, Alex Pereira is not the one to do that with too. That's the thing that he has to realize fighting him is he's a very disciplined fighter. He's keeping his distance. He's not over rushing when it comes into striking. And that's one thing where I feel like Jamal Hill has to realize when he's fighting him is not to be too excited coming forward fighting an Alex Pereira.
That's what I agree with. Jamal Hill's only fight he lost, he got excited and jumped on a dude on the ground. So who he shouldn't have been on the ground with, Paul Craig.
Yeah.
But I think Jamal Hill, you have like threats, like who did he beat? What's his name? Thiago, was it Thiago Silva? What's his name? The dude who fought John Jones too. I think it's Thiago Thiago something. Hold on, let me look it up. I'm gonna say the name. We were texting about this fight when it happened.
John Jones.
Oh, Thiago Santos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were watching that fight, and Thiago Santos is a power threat, but Jamal wasn't really reluctant to exchange with him. He jumped in those exchanges. Thiago, and Pereira have power, but Pereira, it's much more sneaky, dude. Like this is a level above Thiago, even though they both have power. So I don't want him getting careless. So we'll see how it plays out. But did you pick your final prediction for that fight? Who are you going with?
Ooh. I haven't decided yet. I want to go Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
But as far as like putting money on it, I don't know yet, man. I think it needs to get closer to the date for me to put my hands
I don't
down.
even know if that's a fight worth putting money on, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a crazy fight to put money on.
It's like it's too close, it's too unpredictable. They both
can knock each other out. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm favoring Hill. If somebody put a gun to my head, I'm gonna say Hill. I think Hill's better, but shoot, man. Yeah, I got to go to the grocery market, but
you're good. I gotta cook.
I got to get some stuff. I'm either gonna cook or get some like chicken from there and pre-made. But another episode, Draconian Combat. It's been
episode
a while.
36.
You said what?
Episode 36.
Episode 36, man.
Send me the MP4.
You say what?
Send me the MP4 so I can.
Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, man. Everybody check in though. Me and Michael will be back more consistently. We just gotta determine the day of the week between us. But then
we got jobs and stuff, man.
Yeah, we got jobs and stuff, and the UFC's been, I won't say it's been ass, but we got a couple more weeks before it picks back up into like the good stuff. But at the same time, we're probably gonna be watching the cards anyway. So it is what it is. Draconian Combat. Michael, I'm gonna end the stream, but I'll probably see you backstage.
All right, for sure.
All right.
Peace.
All right.